You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
Rita, I understand we have a special guest on the phone. Tell us what the heck is going on in the Red Sea.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the Red Sea. And joining us now is Bill Parker. Bill Parker is a retired senior U.S. naval officer. He commanded 3 warships. He's also the CEO of Parker Maritime. Bill Parker, this is scary what's going on in the Red Sea right now, because they are now saying they created this task force, the Biden administration, finally, after all the hits that we have been taking from these Iranian proxy groups. When are we going to have a spine?
Rita, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago and said it was time to go on offense then, and the time is now. And you certainly have the capability. We certainly have the folks that are trained and able to do this. But imagine that if we told Tom Brady, you and the offense are going to stay on the sidelines for the next 2 games, and we're going to play defense only. And if the defense can't win it for you, then we're going to move on. That's where we're at. We're playing defense, and we need to start playing offense.
Well, this is going to take some of the ships from British Petroleum and the rest of them have to go around Africa. It's going to take an extra 2 weeks. Now, let me tell you the effects on the oil market. The oil market went from $69 last week to $74 plus this week. That's $5 a barrel, 100 million barrels a day. That's $500 million a day. Is this a conspiracy to get the price of oil back up again because it was going down? It was in the 60s already.
Well, I don't know if it's a conspiracy. I mean, certainly those of us at Parker Maritime that are trying to build ships that are more fuel efficient are still pounding our hands on the desk on that one, that we want more efficient fuel ships. But the reality is that this is a much bigger issue, and it's impacting the economy in a major way, and will continue to, because it's not just the cost of oil, as you well know, John. It's also all of those parts that are being moved over as well.
Yeah, you know, by the way,
insurance costs are huge too, right?
I'm sure that insurance costs are going to double.
0.07 to 5%. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, the one thing I want to bring up, John, to you is not only is it going to cost the shipping companies more money, it's going to cost consumers, right?
Of course it is.
I mean,
if it goes up $5 a barrel,
right,
it's going to cost somebody.
We are going to pay the price.
Well, that might get Biden actually do something, and when he sees the gasoline prices going up. Bill, one of the first things Biden did when he took office was to take the Houthis off the terrorist list. That was absurd. They're a terrorist organization. Given now that he's created this task force, that they've carried out these horrible actions for weeks on end, has he changed that? Are they now finally on the terrorism list?
I have not seen them added back on there yet, but I will tell you with Hamas and others that Iran has supported hitting U.S. bases, et cetera, more than 50 times, and then over 100 attacks on ships in the area in the Red Sea. We should be on the offensive right now, and again, we certainly have that capability.
By the way, I want to tell everybody out there, to your question, Governor Pataki, this was stunning. Just about an hour or two ago, John Kirby, the national security spokesperson at the White House, was asked that exact question. What are you going to do about the Houthis? You took them off the terrorist watch list. Are you going to put them back on after 100 attacks to Americans? Guess what his answer was? I couldn't believe it. His answer was, well, we're looking at that. And they said, you're looking at it, aren't you? Even like some, I think it was CBS or NBC said, aren't you going to put them back on the terrorist watch list? We're evaluating that. He still is not sure what to do.
You know, Bill, this George Pataki, my opinion is this isn't the Houthis. They're trying to create a deal with Iran. Iran is obvious. The Houthis are a proxy for Iran. They're supplying them. They're giving them the weapons. And for whatever reason, this administration seems afraid to do anything that might upset the Iranians, despite the fact they're engaged in terrorism through their proxies all over the world.
I mean, what they're doing is they're using terrorism to bring the price of oil back up. And somebody said to me, well, aren't the Yemenites and Saudi Arabia on different sides? When it comes to dollar bills, they're on the same side.
Governor and John, you're both absolutely right. They're both on the same side with that. This has been a long growing issue with Iran for a while. And we even just need to go back and look at how we dealt with Afghanistan, how we dealt with Ukraine, and then the rest of the world is seeing blood in the water, and they're saying you're not going to do anything about it. We're going to continue to go after things. The Houthis, really? I mean, we should be taking them out in about 12 and a half seconds.
Yes.
And move on.
You know what our Navy is capable of if we gave them the green light.
Bill, this is Craig.
Absolutely.
Okay, last question.
87 attacks on U.S. bases. They're ramping up their attacks on our bases. What are we doing about
Nothing.
it? What is the White House doing about
Nothing.
it?
They're studying it, according to Kirby, right?
Yes, isn't that amazing?
So a year
We're
from now,
trying to figure it
over,
out.
when the study's over in a year from now.
You're spot on. You've got to go on the offensive, and we should have done that a long time ago.
We should have done that a month ago. Thank you. Thank you,
Bill Parker. Thank you.
And God bless you, and God bless America. And if I don't talk to you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you all.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.